I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world, after all. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, but despite his intentions for me, I never, in truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the loom of fate. As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower-level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose, after all, its existence cost me my life. That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life. I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been, one memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight's sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end. Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can help. The loom of fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
Hmm?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye. I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate. You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an... To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its... to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurl. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for... I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right. All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. But now, the bedtime story is finished.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years. The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne, yes? Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be. Or you could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a... Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribert gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw... Oh, and Dane came by just now? He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya. Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw he was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened. Wait, really? What a school! Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep.
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long. Oh, and we also remembered his name. Caribert. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is, and we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Caribert left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation. Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so...
Need to hire a dealer?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I was part of the search party, so honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something. He always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and now If Kari wants me to forget about the time we spent together, then I relied on him for a lot of things. But I'm sure with enough time, even the deepest of attachments can fade. Okay, I'll admit. I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye? You don't need to comfort me. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear? A picture? Where'd that...
Ad Astra Abyssal. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice!
Over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue.
You can say that again. What brings you... Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father arranged for us to stay in...
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more... corrupt.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of...
well...
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
You know... On second thought, maybe we don't need to know? It's all probably super...
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from... Of course. I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open. As for the issue at hand, well,
What sort of
a rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the...
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream. You're quite well known. If you're willing, why don't you...
All right.
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today's the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen. Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
A duel is a battle of wills, and the sword an extension of the duelist's spirit. If your heart recoils in fear, then your sword may as well be in its scabbard, because you will not wield it effectively against your foe.
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready.
Awesome! Thanks!
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was with this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then.
Okay, we'll come with. There are all sorts of rumors about your organization. Like now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house?
Well, you're more than welcome to come along.
In my role as champion...
Linny! We're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once.
Oh, it's alright! Of course!
Father told us about how you helped Linny.
I heard the Traveler is so... I heard Paimon eats so much that... Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, wait! When guests visit... Oh, we don't need something. Come on! We insist! I can get... Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth!
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head. I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects.
Wait. When you said gifts, but those are the best things we can give you. You don't like them? Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you, and...
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that you don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoying.
Really? Awesome! It's been so... Yeah.
Well, we'll...
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that...
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of... When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a danger. Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but Chaplot is around my age. Well, I'm mainly responsible. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk. Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And...
Allow me to introduce you.
Oh, you're the... It's nice to meet you.
Of course! We're making our way all across to that!
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently?
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, and there's The Blind Maiden, too. After this mission is over...
Oh, maybe I should...
Is it just Paimon, or do these...
I heard that.
Oh! Oops.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure...
That's enough, Filial.
Don't talk about family members behind...
Guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some time, we should go see the opera together.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should...
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like... You're right. We're only... Linny's getting super far ahead.
So, What do you think of them? Well, Well, I should probably get cooking.
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine? What are you doing here?
Well,
Fremine! Nice to see you again!
You too.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen.
Seafood soup?
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water. And some
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far...
I thought I'd grab an extra portion.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that...
Maybe...
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face.
Yes. Just follow me.
You're back! Oh, and you've...
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Heart.
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Heart. Just like you. You can call me...
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it,
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been...
For how long?
About half a month now.
So ever since we got to Poisson, then? Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone... You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal.
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking up. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. That feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices.
So what you're saying is, that was her...
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not...
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here for...
I haven't thought that far yet.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to...
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off. No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, 'cause I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't mean to...
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I...
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive.
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by. You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you.
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Linny and Fremine. Maybe... Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away. Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not crying, are you? Is everything...
Everything's fine.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much...
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our...
what are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And I... just... Thank you. Back to the matter at hand, then. If that means finding out where she came from and...
I've tried that already.
And?
And... nothing. She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she...
I don't know much about spirits.
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing some... Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember...
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this.
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2...
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father.
You're not giving us... Well, I guess we're all in this together then. There's no time to lose.
I'm full. She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem... Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while.
Does she know that she has already passed?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just...
Clairvy, if you've got some time...
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clairvy.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that... your name... it's not on the roster. And
The roster? get it now. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not in this house. Wait, does that mean the knave...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry, she's my best friend. She's the only...
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry. Neither of those names are on the roster, but it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, maybe we should try a different approach.
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and you're...
To go outside. Where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen, I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about, and see if her name is on it. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while. You don't need to do anything except keep up some nice, casual conversation.
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to distract her.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done. If the worst-case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get you too. Okay. This is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby. I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved.
A duel is a battle of wills, and the sword an extension of the duelist's spirit. If your heart recoils in fear, then your sword may as well be in its scabbard, because you...
It's the knave! And... child! Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya, and well... I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain...
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain, and that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Font. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all besides. Considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries. What a great honor.
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Well, we just... Right! We're super close to Linny and the others.
Is that so? Introductions have...
Well, you see? There's only so much you can learn.
Good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of... Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
something bad to those kids?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me?
Ah, well, nothing much. Just some stuff about... Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing...
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but although it would be more accurate to say that there is... Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things.
Huh? You're not actually from...
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after... The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused...
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions.
Actually, well, I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar. And the...
Well, that's only a recent development.
They were that high stakes.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering, and just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. I get the picture. Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and...
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less...
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis.
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
We should probably get going to...
Oh?
I'm
rather enjoying the evening breeze. Apologies for not attending.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing... Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went. How did everything go?
Well, long story short, everything was fine at first. She followed me. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, we could always try... push? Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do... How did it go with you?
Good. I've got the list. It's...
Really? Well, what do we... Oh, That's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, L'Endroit. Oh, yikes. That Aurore guy has a huge scar on his face.
I've met him.
Did he say...
Well, I asked if there was... It was only later that I learned he...
Wait, so that means...
It may seem cruel, but it's just... Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave... Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find any... Fremine...
Sorry. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I...
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know...
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies!
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught... As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the... People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal...
These kinds of conflicts have always been...
Well, that's true. I can't say for sure.
You think she's been inciting?
No, not exactly. She's told me about it before.
And they just believed all that?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were...
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't...
Whoa. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the...
Wait, but isn't...
Key role is just another way of saying danger. Father thinks so too, but it's just that...
Okay, super complicated.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook... I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to... But it looks like things are more
We can only focus on one situation at a time.
You're right. Well, it's... Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
My time with the Spina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
Into the shadows.
Oh, Paimon is... she's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... You have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on running away. We'll Look! Look over there! Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees! is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast! Oh, look! She stopped! I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? Please, help us get... Sure. Although, everyone in this family is nothing as long as you're useful. You're saying... the knave? It's just... that's a... I knew you wouldn't believe. Everyone thinks she's a good person. Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Harry. Also, Paimon's getting... It almost feels like she's not really... Well, in any case, it seems like she looks so young. But... it's getting windy. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. And Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go, but I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She should really go talk to Mother. But we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. And I'm too scared. What should I do? Paimon really doesn't understand. Well, let's head back.
Alright, looks like we're all here.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask?
Well, we met the doctor back in...
It's possible that Father and the doctor have had... We're not really on the same... I did hear, though, that when Father rejected most of his proposals...
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The doctor only proposed a direction for the research. The details of the experiment are... I know you don't agree with some of the
Alright, that's good. Clairvy seems to think it's just that... It doesn't seem like the easiest thing to do would be just ask the knave directly.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, all right, let's get to it.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night? Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such trouble. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Although I must profess to being curious.
Us?
Looks like you could have used some extra. Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure not.
Children always think they can hide. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it. Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice.
Moving. Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well. I'm glad to see you get a.
You're not.
I assume you're referring. Although, there's no matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.